I hope this isn't too close to my.
You made the cut today. You have not collected your
Let's
money
try
from
that.
the
That might be better.
You
had a good day so far, Chuck?
Good day so far. No bad Sundays, right?
No.
Haven't got your money, please go get it. If you don't get it,
And I wasn't.
You had a good weekend.
I wasn't in the booth today for all the right reasons.
Yeah, you had a good weekend.
Yeah. I ended up.
Didn't even have to sweat it out either.
No. Which is rare.
You know, you and I are used to refresh.
Yeah. See if we made it. See if we didn't. You know, just coming off of being the cut at Dudek. You know, it's nice to have an easy one for once. Danner's going to need a score correction there. Ooh. Yeah.
We're going to need to work together.
Oh.
What happened? They counted 2 balls. We need the 1.
1, 2, 4, 10.
Mike. 1, 2, 4, 7, 10.
No, 1, 2, 4, 10.
1, 2, 4, 10.
1, 2, 4, 10.
Yeah, you're right. 1, 2, 4, 10. Sorry.
We're waiting for a setup here for Zander.
Vintage AMF AccuScore. I have varying names for AccuScore, some of which are not broadcast appropriate, but it is possibly. Yeah.
So anytime a pin slides up the back, the rubber trick is being a certain amount of time. Good. With dumbass,
You're not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things. That I'm not wrong.
All right, so we're getting the respot here. It'll be after some discussion. Yeah. Zander's mom saying you should just be allowed to reset and start over. But it's going to be the 1, 2, 4, 10 setup. To explain what happened there, on Zander's first ball, when the pin came far enough forward, it tricks the computer into thinking another ball was thrown. So when he threw what you saw as his second ball, the computer thought it was his third ball. So that's been corrected, and here we go.
It's hard enough to knock them down with 3 balls.
Yeah. All right, now the winningest bowler going for a Pop Whitten record. He's already got the men's tour record, going for the all-time Pop Whitten record today. And technically the defending champion at Southwest, although not the defending champion of this stop.
We've seen him on this pair. It looked like he was really backing his speed off, and it looked like it was working pretty well for him.
This is, if you were to make a spray chart, if you will, of the better and the tougher pairs in this house, this would be on the lower third, probably. So the scores are earned on this. And
I've always been partial to 39 to 40 in here, personally.
A lot of people are fans of that upper 8. And I knew I got a pretty tough draw as far as, you know, my placebo of drawing lanes. You know, it keeps it fair for everyone. You spread out across the house, but I hit 2 tough pairs in there, and thankfully went off the head pin for a lot of the score I got those games. All right, it's fair fill for Don. Speaking of which, off the side, 1-9. So we're talking about Don's accolades. Of course, he won the last event at Southwest. It looks like the star hasn't even made it to the shirt yet. Still only sporting 10 stars on the shirt, but it is 11, plus his 19, which is a record on the men's pro tour. He is the winningest professional bowler of all time.
Yeah, that's how you know you have a bunch of them when you haven't even put the most recent one on there yet.
Yeah.
I'm going out looking for after hours place.
Yeah. I mean, I can say we're both looking forward to the day that we get to take it to the, the embroidery shop and say, hey, can you put a star on this for me? Well, that day will come. Don's starting out with 28. Zander, a 7-box to start. And I need to update our banner here on the bottom. I'll do that while Zander throws his first ball. That's another house characteristic. I don't know if you guys spoke to it today, but the fast and light ball here tend to send pins off the wall and up, which is why you do see
saw it quite a few times. Yep.
You see a lot of 5-7, 5-10 combinations, and then you'll see a lot of bucket kind of combinations, which is similar to what this is here. Nice try at an open frame.
Strangely enough, in the games we covered, though, we only saw the Southwest special one time today. That was
really?
all. Just once.
I mean, I can tell you, I saw it more than that bowling in the middle to upper part of the house. But when you do have, a lane surface that was put in the 90s and you have, a house that was built in the 50s and it's this size, you're going to have slight variations from pair to pair, even if you can't see my eye. And even the small houses.
And this building even sits on a slope somewhat too, and that has to affect it at least a little bit.
Watch out. All right, off the side for the magic one. And so whether it sits on a slope or not, I can attest that all the lanes are sanctioned by Ducks and Bowling Congress. This is a sanctioned event. As I'm now get the honor of inspecting this house this summer, which is quite the workout, checking 40 lanes, crawling up and down. All right, there's Zander's first mark. +27 +2-3 isn't exactly the dream start against Don Dove, but he's not like he's getting blown out yet. Yeah, it's not like Don came out with a double or triple on him. There's that fast and light combo again.
Yep, just like you were talking about.
3-9-10 for Don. At this house, Chuck, you have any preference on how you shoot this? You playing 3-pin into the wall or 3-pin or the 3-pin around the world over to the 9?
I'm trying to shoot the object and go for the Hail Mary on this shot, but this shot here, I try to put a little extra spin on it and get it there and see what happens. Lighter ball though, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need deflection on that shot, but I think
the trick is you want the drive too. That's the trick on that shot. But I like to use a lighter ball, put a little extra spin on that.
So close to an even game would be single digits. Don up 11, 38-27, and down a mark. See if he can get back on the board here. His only mark in the first frame. He made a single. Have a shot at another one here. 9 off the deck. Watch this one again. See if it'll auto cue. Like the auto cue replay?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that nice? But another one of those shots that'll show you why you're never going to see 300. Seemingly perfect shot. Leaves the 10, but as you'd expect, Donnie cleans it up. Gets him to 48 plus.
Thanks, sir.
Zander with 2 good frames here is right about even in the game.
Yeah, Donnie was using that 1-2 pocket the whole time, a little while ago.
Now, what I haven't paid attention to too much is, has he made the same move right that he made when he was here last time? That being Donnie.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that way today.
Zander with the 4 count, and you know what time it is, Chuck. If Zander can convert this for a spare, he will at last complete the Duck Pins Forever Dave Jones challenge and win a free Dave Jones
t-shirt. Sooner or later, that has to be done. Again.
Nice try. One day it will happen. So to be factually correct here, we have had one made on a live broadcast, but it was prior to it being named the Dave Jones. It was Matt and Stacey actually here in a 10th frame of the final match against Matt Kruger. 8 box for Zander.
But it would take, I'm not even sure you can take that down situationally what Dave Jones did, just the situation of it.
No.
Not only making it.
The shot could be made again, but to make it under, it's tough no matter when you make it, but to make it under those circumstances with everything riding on that shot, it's an otherworldly spare. All right, 5th frame for Zander. Takes a few extra this time. Still ends up with a middle rip.
Came in a little heavier.
2, 3, 6. Zander will be looking with, kind of right to left power ball he's got. He'd be looking to catch some part of the 3 pin and just bang it around. Not normally a shot you're gonna, as a power bowler, not normally a shot you try to slide directly sideways. Nice try.
Yeah, those power right to left guys, him, Buckingham, Jimmy Mulvihill, guys like that, right to left.
The alternate who finished 5th below me at Dudek, Steve Borges is another one. He throws that just very hard rolling, right to left shot. All right, here's second fill of the game for Don. And there's that,
Light.
there's that fast and light again. So 9 and 10 not playing nice so far in this match. Not a lot of breaks to shoot. Actually, the only spares made in this game is the 3 single pins that have been left. We got no strikes yet on the board, but despite that, Don Dove with a 17-pin lead, 56-39. Oh, maybe. Oof. I think Don will just be going for the safe one here. Made a liar out of me. Went for it again.
Yeah.
Misses twice. So 15-pin game, 64-49.
Mark and a half.
Yeah. Now, whether that was Don ahead by 15, Zander ahead by 15, 15 pins in 5 frames is nothing for either of those guys. I mean, that's double within a blink of an eye. And
Which is probably why Don went for the spare there.
he's got the strike there.
Don knows that.
Watch that one again. This is also a light hit, but just for some reason the pins stay low on this one, and 8-pin last to go.
It's also a bit of a different line there than what he had been playing.
Be Zander to answer now. Definitely going to need at least 1 mark in this trip to the lanes, preferably 2. Another heavy hit, another split. This one no easier than the previous ones, 4-7-10. This is again either trying to play the very finesse shot of sliding it over or just banging it off the wall. Even here, Southwest can even bang it out of the corner. Fly back pin, hit it. Good try.
Yeah, there's not much you can do with that one.
Oh, wow. That's the shot he was going for. And still hits it too thin. So very rare that you see this. Through 6 frames, Zander Beddow is under his box at 58. But I don't think that's really his fault, so to speak. Really only one bad frame you could cite would be the 7 box he started with in the first frame. But other than that, it's been fighting the lanes.
Oh, these, like we said, they haven't been kind today.
That might not have been a bad idea right there.
No.
Don't even entertain the head pin.
A lot more makeable break than what he had.
And I've a few times I've referred to that as the like the factory reset. When you can't get anything going, kind of go off the side, get something a little more simple to shoot at. That's, of course, isn't one of the simple off the side hits, but makeable the way he throws his ball.
Oh!
All right.
Not the way that I expected him to make that, but he made it.
Not the way he expected to make it either, but he shaves the head pin on the way by, and of course that ball will drive back, take the 8 out. All right, Zander back on the board, second mark of the game. Donnie for the double to really open the game up. Crossing over, light, and no mix on the back row, leaves a 9-10. And now that Don is in a position that he's in with 16-pin lead and a hit, even though Zander's got a mark on the board, I don't think you entertain converting this.
No.
I think you go 1-1, cut your losses, and hope for a better break. And that's exactly what Don's doing.
Especially on a strike there. You get that extra pin on the count.
Yep.
On the front end.
Gives him a 25-pin lead through 6. So still looking like about a 3-mark game. 93-68.
All right, so another mark here. You can really put some pressure on.
Definitely looking like that over/under mark of 290 is Definitely looking like it's going under.
Barring a barrage of strikes, very much in jeopardy.
And strikes have been no easy feat this match. We're 1 for 14. Don says, I've had enough of the head pin. Off the side, leaves the pocket, 1-2. These are the ones Don's always going to expect to make. He's got to avoid chopping. Oh, that's a rare miss.
Off object, rare.
Yeah, off the object pin twice in a row, and it's the head pin. That is extremely rare from Don Dove.
All right, let's see if Zander can capitalize here.
God darn it.
Yeah. 2 good frames here out of Zander, or high count, mark high count, and it's down to single digits in the match. This is a pivotal trip to the lane.
It is, because if he gets the first strike here,
one more
he's going to have a quick turnaround to try to double.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Oh, unreal.
Did
Through
not
the middle
need
again.
that. Last thing he wanted.
Zander is putting the definition right now of throwing a better ball than he's getting credit for. Nice try. He's making pretty impressive efforts on these split attempts too.
Full neck conversion, yes.
But unless he pulls off a 7-8 conversion, he's gonna be under his box again. And
It's such a funny game sometimes. You could be off your target and you have a 118 in the 8th, and you have other games where you have 79 in the 8th like Zander does, and
right.
you're throwing it pretty well.
And I know when I was in here Friday night, I wasn't throwing my best first ball, but I couldn't do anything wrong. This is a must. Solid 5. Spare is still a must to keep him mathematically alive. And there it is. Zander finally getting something to shoot. Gets his 3rd spare of the game. So now Don's going to need 1 mark and count to shut out
Zander
Zander.
can max out at 129.
Watch out. That's through the middle. That's a 4 count. And not an easy one either. Got the full 4 on the left, 2, 4, 7, 8. And he's got the 3, 6 alone on the right. I think he'll be playing on the 4-pin side here to try to just save the count. That's an impressive attempt. But Don will go open in the 9th. If he gets 10 here, it'll be a 113. He would need a 17 box in the 10th to shut Zander out. All right, 113 to 89 plus.
Either way, Zander will need strikes.
Yeah, Zander's going to need a minimum of 2 strikes in the 10th, but it's a question of whether he has a chance or not. And Don needing 17 in the 10th to shut him out. Which be either a strike or a spare, and then 7 on that fill. See if the duck pin gods give him something makeable here.
Laid that one down.
Extremely light.
He really laid that one down.
It leaves the zigzag plus the 610. That is an absolute mess in the back 2 rows.
Grandma's teeth.
And this is a shot I believe never been made on duck pins forever.
Oh!
We're gonna have to cut to a replay on this spare because
that deserves a replay.
Out of all the split shot in this game, that is the greatest attempt at any split of the entire match. How does that not go? Takes 5 of the 6, but Zander will have a shot. All right, Don finishes with 123. Zander is going to have to strike twice and then count 5 on that fill ball to win by 1. Must strike twice. So this ball right here must strike, and the ball following it must also strike. And fast and light, another split. How many for Zander in the match? or at least 5 in the match. Here's 8 on. Won't be enough. Zander, unfortunately, battling the lanes
That
this
was
game. Final score 123 to 107. Donda will move on into the big bracket on the round of 16.
yeah, the 107 definitely didn't do Zander justice there.